Oh,
Welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin and it's Sean. We're going with it. We're doing it. We're running with it. So I normally get a 3, 2, 1 for anyone that was curious about what normally happens before any recording happens ever in the history of recording anything whenever you're with multiple people. They give you a good old 3, 2, and then they give you one of these, and then it starts. Yeah, I didn't get one of those. So Sean's just staring at me. And then Zoom came in clutch and said, recording in progress. And I was like,
dude.
all right.
In 54 episodes, I've done that twice. This is the second time. I don't
The
know
second time,
why.
really?
Yeah, I have a video on my computer, which I should put on the Patreon, to be honest. And it's a video of it's like 3 seconds long, and I just go, "Oh shit!" And you're like, "Oh," and then it just then it just stops. Oh my
Yeah, you
Jesus
got to post that on the
Christ!
Patreon. Speaking of the
Whoops.
Become go ahead over to the Patreon.
Please
Become a
do.
patron.
Please
Support
do.
the content if you like it.
Whew.
Anyway, you said you
Um,
had an intro before all that mishap happened.
yeah,
Well,
I just wanted to say that it's over for me. So, the Chat GPT will be replacing my job. Um, I'm done being a software engineer. So, it happened last week actually.
ChatGPT 4.
We're having a company-wide meeting, and they said, yeah, we're going to be leveraging ChatGPT in the workplace soon. So, I think it's
They
over
actually
for
did say
me.
that?
This is not that is not a bit. They actually
Oh,
did say that. So yeah, I just wanted to bring up that it's over. So I'm looking for work. If anybody is
if anyone
you
wants me
know,
to babysit their
babysit their
kids,
kids. Yeah, well, I mean, until GPT-5 comes out and
and
can take care of
then
your kids,
that's a good
then
point.
I'll
I
figure
can
something
cook
out.
eggs though. I can cook eggs if you need a
I'm
personal
I'm
chef for the
very good at
mornings
cooking
only.
eggs. I can make you coffee. I can make a mean
I
coffee.
actually fold socks really well too.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I also
software
can walk
engineer isn't.
around if you like to watch people do
Mhm.
that. If you want to pay me for that,
Yeah. I'm pretty good at blinking. I've
um,
got 23 years of experience. Um,
that's a lot. That's a
that
pretty
is
good
a lot.
resume.
That's a pretty good resume. Yeah.
You didn't take a year off?
No, no, not a single year off.
Wow, impressive.
Although between
Well,
2012 and 2013, I didn't breathe.
I forgot about that. You told me about
Yeah.
that.
It's a big year for me.
you ever
Just needed to separate.
you ever heard about that guy that's never slept or whatever? It's obviously BS.
Wait, what?
It's like this guy, I don't know what country he's in, but apparently, supposedly, he never sleeps. But the truth is, like, he does sleep. He's just extremely like hyper sleep deprived, like a lot. He sleeps like 2 hours a night on a good day, and it's like after drinking a ton of alcohol.
Jesus
But
Christ.
he was in the Vietnam War. Wait, maybe he's from Vietnam because they call it the American War, you know. Anyway, so he said he was in the Vietnam War and like had like basically PTSD and like can't sleep. And it's been like 60 years or something. I went down this whole rabbit hole of this guy who hadn't slept in 60 years. It was interesting. Anyway,
God damn. Well, like, what does he say about it? Does he like tout it as like, I don't need sleep?
no, he's like, I want to sleep.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He's like, will
It's
you
really
help me?
sad.
Yeah, it's super sad.
Oh, man. Well,
But
I
he was
hope
like,
he's able to get some sleep.
yeah, he drinks a lot of alcohol. So I think if he'd stopped drinking alcohol, maybe he could,
That
like
would
a
help.
lot, like a whole lot, like
Yeah,
definitely alcoholic.
I would. I would think so. I mean, if you're drinking enough to where you can't even like get any sleep, like that's like from awake till sleep.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh, yeah, for
Like
sure.
that's always drinking. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, full out addiction. Well,
Yes.
anyway, this already got derailed. Did you see that you know the Aged Out podcast?
Yeah.
So they did these rankings of who they think is going to be at least for independent world class for WGI.
Hmm.
Who's going to be in finals, semifinals, and then who's just not going to make semifinals at all and just be in prelims. Some of their picks, dude, trash.
Really?
Trash. Yeah, dude. And I'm not hating on any. I'm just being factual. They said Rhythm X is gonna win world class.
I don't think
I
so.
think that show is cheeks. But then again, when I watch shows that I don't understand, normally they do really well. Pulse second, sure. They disagree
They're
in
pretty
third.
clean.
Yeah, they are. RCC and MCM are 3 and 4 in these guys' opinions, but they don't agree on where. They have Broken City in fifth, falling out of the metal range for the first time ever. One of them has George Mason sixth, which one of our homies is over at George Mason marching right now. One of them has Monarch in sixth. They both have United at seven, which I probably agree with. One of them has Infinity at eight. One of them has Matrix at eight. Fully disagree on Matrix at eight. They're
Matrix?
fucking
No way.
cheeks this year,
Yeah.
dude. So bad. No offense to anyone that's in Matrix. Sorry.
Hmm.
POW is in 10th for one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they ever
Infinity's in
make
10th for one of
finals?
them.
That's
Yeah,
not.
POW always makes finals.
Oh, okay.
And then this was the craziest shit. So both of them have Quest making finals, dude. I need to turn my rigger off. I fully disagree
I haven't
with
seen anything
Quest
from
making
Quest
finals.
this year.
Dude,
Not it?
I doubt they'll make semis. That's my
Really?
opinion. That's my opinion.
Yikes.
I could be wrong.
I
You
wonder
know,
who is it the
you never
same
know.
like
It's
staff and admin that it's always
yeah, it's
been?
all the same. It's all the same.
That's so weird. Because they didn't make
And
semis last
then
year.
no, they did not. And then they've got Cap City and Dark Sky also in the top 15, which I agree with. And then groups that are, in their opinion, going to make semifinals but not finals: Connexus, Thesis, which is a new California group, Blue Knights Indoor, Gold, and Rhythmic Force. And then pretty decent disagreement: Thesis, Connexus, Blue Knights, Redline, and Flux in 16 through 20 for semifinal.
Wait, you
And
said
then
Connexus and oh wait, okay. I thought you said in prelims, my bad.
yeah, that was both.
Got
And
it.
then semifinal, which means they're gonna get one show in Dayton, and that's it. Veritas, Strike, Vessel, Rise, MBI, Red Wave, Audio Theater, Flux, Redline, and Infinity 2. That's one of their things, picks. And then semifinalists on the other one: I2, Audio Theater, Rhythmic Force, Gold, MBI, Red Wave. Seems like they agree pretty well on that. But dude,
Strike?
Strike is no, they're bad.
Okay.
I agree. They're not going to make semis.
Okay.
Huge, huge down year for them. Bro, if Quest makes finals, they've been beat by I2, Infinity 2 twice since Infinity 2 got
Yikes.
bumped to World
Like in the
Class.
same competition?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
at the
right.
same show, two different shows.
Yikes.
So they have somehow semifinalists. They're not even making semis, I2, but they've beat them by 2 points and 3 points. They've beat Quest by 2 points and 3 points, but they have Quest in finals. Explain it.
That doesn't make any sense. Like objectively looking at the numbers, that doesn't make any sense.
Objectively looking at the numbers, I agree. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I think that was the wackest list I've seen in a long time.
Dang. Who do you think's gonna win open?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. United too is looking pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall
I
see.
think it'll be United too.
We shall see. I
That's
think
my opinion.
is I3 an open? They just got bumped to open this year, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna win.
Or not? Okay.
I'm skeptical of them making
So many
finals. We'll see.
bumps. So many bumps this year.
Hard to keep up with. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's enough indoor talk for now.
Winter Guard International, for anyone who doesn't know what WGI means.
Go ahead and jujule it. You want me to do my article first? Or you want to do yours first?
I'll do mine. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do mine.
Well, there's a game that goes along with yours.
Yeah, so the reason I'm going with mine is because I mentioned ChatGPT. Again, looking for work, so you know. But we have a ChatGPT or nah.
ChatGPT or nah.
So I'm gonna give you an article, and you have to tell me whether or not ChatGPT wrote it or if it came from the interwebs. So here we go. Can you see this?
I can.
Cool. All right. The dairy industry has been a prominent part of the American food culture for decades, with milk being a staple beverage in most households. However, recent studies have shown that the younger generation, specifically Gen Z, is shifting away from milk consumption. So why is Gen Z not drinking milk? And what does this mean for the dairy industry? First, let's define Gen Z. This generation includes individuals born between 1997 and 2012, making them the youngest and largest demographic group in the US. Developed distinct food preferences and eating habits, one of which is a shift away from milk consumption. Now, obviously this is about milk and Gen Z, and it seems pretty random. I was just curious, did you drink milk growing up? Like, did your parents get you to drink milk for dinner like every night?
Yes, we drank a glass of milk with dinner every single night.
Do you drink milk now?
No, but I eat a lot of butter.
Yeah, that's true.
I eat cheese still.
Okay.
I do like milk a lot, but I've noticed that normally when I drink milk, I like get breakouts or whatever in my skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't feel good when I drink milk. I used to drink milk a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, me
Milk I
too. I
feel like
think I
is one
have
of
like
those things that people are just now like realizing like they should get away from because of those reasons.
I don't
Uh,
think you should get away from it. I think it's just like been, I don't know, changed so much that it isn't what it is meant to be. Isn't what it was when our parents were growing up. Let's just put it that way.
how so?
Like homogenization and then
Oh yeah,
selecting of cows that are going to produce more milk at a lower quality for a higher quantity over
that's fair.
time.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
if you're able to get like high quality milk from like a farmer that I feel like it would probably be not only uh better tasting, but probably better for you.
that's probably true. That is probably true. Let's read on. One of the main reasons for this shift is the rise of
Yeah,
plant-based
let's
milk
pause right there. Let's
alternatives.
pause right there. The only plant-based milk alternative that is worth anything at all is coconut milk. That's the only one that's worth jack shit.
Yes.
Almond milk, fucking scam. Soy milk, super, super fucking scam. Terrible for you.
Yeah,
Oat
no.
milk, trash. Awful for human health.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Cashew milk, any of the nut milks.
Yeah, any of the nut milks, not it.
I think are they bad? Like the nut milk's bad for you, or is it just like not doing much for you?
I would say at best, not doing much for you. At
Okay.
worst, bad for you.
Okay. Nice.
It's
uh,
just once per podcast now.
I know it's okay. I gave one earlier. Yeah, I know soy milk just ain't it, oat milk ain't it, but like I don't really
Uh,
know much. I assume nut milks are just like eh,
I would
you know.
say in general, you'd get all the bad and none of the good
Okay.
from making the milk out of something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Call it what it is. It's oat
How,
water, bro.
how do you feel about kefir or kefir? Kefir?
That's a dairy product. I mean, there can
Yeah.
be coconut kefir as well. I don't really feel any type of way about it other than the fact that like fermented foods have a lot of histamine in them. So people who have seasonal allergies should probably stay away from things with histamine in them throughout their
Mm.
seasonal allergy period, or else it's going to be like unexplained, seemingly uh, worse than normal. Like that happened to me. I was like eating yogurt and stuff, and I was like, dude, why are my allergies like so much worse? I'm literally just taking in more histamine. I already have a massive histamine overload from the seasonal allergies anyway. So
Is
now I'm
regular
ingesting
milk
more histamine.
like that too?
I don't believe so. I think it's just fermented products.
Okay. Um, I was gonna say if that's the case, my dad drinks a lot of milk and he gets bad allergies, and I was
Yeah.
thinking that it was because like he drinks like 2 or 3 glasses a day,
What
and
a
I
G.
was thinking I was thinking that that had something to do with it, but maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't
Um,
know. I also don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, plant-based milk alternatives. As more people become conscious of their health and the environment, they're turning to plant-based milk alternatives such as almond milk, soy milk, and oat milk, all the ones we just brought up. These alternatives are lactose-free, vegan-friendly, and are often fortified with vitamins and minerals, making them a popular choice for health-conscious individuals. Another reason for
Fortified with vitamins and minerals, bro. You
yeah,
know what else is fortified with vitamins and minerals?
what's that?
Animal foods, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Fruits,
More so.
dog. Come on now.
Another reason for Gen Z's aversion to milk is the prevalence of lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is a condition where the body is unable to digest lactose, a sugar found in milk and dairy products.
Dude, there's no way a human wrote this, bro.
This condition affects over 65% of the world's population. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The shift away from milk consumption, significant implications for the dairy industry. Yeah. So do you want to
Dude, look,
cast your
hold on,
judge?
wait, sorry. Oh, on ChatGPT or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You remember in school when they were like, if you're wrapping up a thought or a statement, and if you say in conclusion, you better get the fuck out of my classroom. Never fucking turn a paper in that says in conclusion.
I
Like,
fucking knew it.
don't say that you're gonna conclude and then you just, you know what I'm saying? The in
Yeah.
conclusion really just put the nail in the coffin for me. This is ChatGPT 1000%. It's like a fucking third grade writer, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I
only
knew
thing
you
that's
were
not
going
third
to.
grade about it is like all the I think correct use of commas and shit. Seems like a
Yeah.
lot of commas though.
Yeah, I knew that in conclusion was going to get you. I was
Is it
going
ChatGPT?
it was ChatGPT.
Ah.
I was going to, if you weren't so sure in the beginning, I had another article. The reason that I specifically made a ChatGPT prompt with this is because I stumbled upon an article literally about this on the New York Times. What I was going to do was give you a one or the other, um, and be like, which one's real and which one's ChatGPT on the same
Okay.
topic. But yeah, you're pretty damn sure, and you are correct.
I
Um,
am. I'm so sure. Also,
this
the
is
first
ChatGPT.
Let's Define Gen Z. That one that didn't
Yeah,
work too.
this is
That was my
very
first. Yeah, I was like, what? Why? Why, bro?
yeah, that one's
I don't need a
first. Let's
definition of
define
Gen
Gen
Z
Z.
to talk about dairy. Like, what are we doing?
um, yes, that is written
That's
by
your article.
ChatGPT. So
ChatGPT article. Wow, that's so trash.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's like a meme at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
crazy.
Well, I'm gonna do something you so disrespectfully didn't, and so this
Look at that
podcast
font.
is brought to you by cloudmusicfree.com.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
this is your home for private music lessons. All right, you can streamline your music journey with seamless music lessons experience. You can get started. You can browse instructors. You can go home. You can click the blog. You can get some merch. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the merch tab. That's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna. Oh, all right. Come on, internet. Let's go. Uh oh. Uh, uh,
Oh,
oh.
oh,
Oh.
look at
Free
that.
shipping using the code inside. Free
I like
shipping
it.
using the
I
code
like it.
inside at checkout. Dude, if you don't have one of these in the gym, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing with your life?
I need to order one of those
What are
actually.
you doing with your life? Okay.
Did you ever get one of those?
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You know what? I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
one.
me too. I
All
like
right.
it.
So great. Look at this hoodie, bro. This shit is clean, baby. All right.
So
Anyway.
dope.
What are we
Uh,
doing? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna scroll to the top so you can see. We are not doing another tier list,
it
although
looks like it.
you wish, you wish. No,
Uh,
our class, or excuse me, are cans more sustainable than plastic bottles? That's the
oh,
question
I'm interested.
presented. Okay, it's by Alex Barrett. So thanks, Alex Barrett, in July 22nd of 2020. Dude, that was such a terrible time.
That is
Thank you for sitting down and writing this
yes.
article for us in
Yeah.
that terrible time. He
Before
gave
we
us
go
a short
on,
history. Look how bored he was, bro. He was like, you know what? I'm in my house. I have to wear a mask if I go outside. I might get arrested. I might get like, I don't know. There were riots going on then. I guess I'll just put a short history of aluminum cans.
a short history. 1935 beer available in cans. Before you go on, it's so funny that you bring up this article because I was thinking about this earlier this week. I was drinking one of those liquid deaths. That's like
Dude, hold on. I was about to fucking show you an article that talks about liquid death maybe not being the best water choice. And then I was like, yeah, you know, I'd rather just go the can
the
versus
can route.
plastic versus glass route.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
It's
Anyway.
their that's their whole shit. Like that's what they advertise on is that the can is better to drink your water out of than a bottle. And I remember looking at that and being like, I tend to be skeptical of things when I first read them. So like I read it and I was like, really? I don't know. I'm curious. So
Well,
I'm interested to learn.
there's one specific part of this article that's interesting, but I'm going to give away the answer. And I'm going to say that compliance is the science as it relates to whether or not it's better for the environment or better for the ocean or better for.
Sounds about
So
right.
people recycle aluminum cans at a way higher rate than they recycle plastics in general. So people throw away a lot of plastics. They typically see that aluminum cans are supposed to be recycled. I do believe there's some data about that in this
Okay.
thing here. Okay, so it says, what's the difference between aluminum and steel cans? I don't care. Here is what I care about though. Where is it? Coatings. There's always a thin plastic layer inside drink cans to protect the food or liquid and to protect the cans from corrosion. Because I don't know how much you know about like chemistry off the top of your brain, but soda is acidic, right?
Hmm.
Also, things like lime juice and stuff like that are acidic. There's a lot of acidic things that we drink.
Right.
And if they were to just be put right up against the aluminum without anything protecting the aluminum, it would actually react with the aluminum and it would like basically look like it made holes in the cans. And then obviously that
Ah.
wouldn't be ideal. So yeah,
So it's all a
that's one of the reasons.
ruse.
It was all a ruse, okay? So every soda can contains, oh, here it says right here. Every soda contains phosphoric and citric acid, and thus it's necessary to have a hidden liner to prevent. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. I didn't know it said all that. Sorry. Could have just read the article and not mansplained it to you. Coatings contain different additives, agents to increase surface slipping as well as abrasion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And let's go down here. Epoxy-based coatings have the highest market share, which is particularly concerning, which is higher than 90% because epoxy contains BPA. You've heard of BPA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. BPA, bisphenol A. Let's just read some of the things. If you just do the quickest Google search ever. From the Mayo Clinic, exposure to BPA is a concern because the possible health effects on the brain and prostate gland. Okay. It can also affect children's behavior. Additional research suggests a possible link between BPA, increased blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular
That's
disease.
the shit that like they don't like it's not good to reheat shit in like a plastic Tupperware.
Yeah.
Like that's the same shit. Yeah.
Yes, but even if you're not reheating it, guess what, bro?
It's still getting in
Those,
there.
yes, those cans are being transferred in the hot ass sun in some hot ass warehouse in some hot ass 18 wheeler. And then that BPA is absolutely leaching into whatever you're drinking. And
Yeah.
people who say it's not, I mean, I don't know what else you need other than evidence and facts to convince you that this is bad for you. Anyway, okay. Epoxy alternatives. Acrylic and polyester coatings are currently used as first gen alternatives to epoxy coating, and more recently, polyolefin and non-BPA epoxy coatings were developed. I've heard that non-BPA epoxy coatings just have BPP in them, which is just as bad. So, kind of
Okay.
skeptical of that. Further inventions include BPA capturing systems and top coatings. That seems so unnecessary. Just stop using aluminum.
Yeah.
Like this is, do you remember that interesting, I don't know if you ever heard about this, but there was a bunch of government money awarded to NASA at some point, and the purpose of it was to create a pin that could be used in outer space.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one of our articles?
I don't know, was it?
I think it
Maybe.
was.
That sounds like something we would talk about. When you could have just used a fucking pencil. You could have saved all that government money and just used a goddamn pencil.
Instead.
Instead, they were like, you know what? I really like pins. We really need to take this. We really need to spend government money and very smart people's time to figure out how to make
Jesus.
this pin work in space. That said, maybe some good things came out of that were like tangential. But like this, like why? Just stop using the aluminum, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
no,
no.
when you have to put a seal on top of the seal to seal in the bad things that are in the seal. And then what's in the seal of the seal? Is there bad things in the seal of the seal? Put another seal
Well,
on
we
it.
determined that plastic is bad for you, so we decided to use cans. But unfortunately, we can't use cans because the aluminum will just, corrode. So we decided to put plastic in there. But now we're not sure what to do
Uh,
because we're back where we
man.
started.
So we'll report back. We'll circle back on this next quarter, and yeah, keep buying our shit.
Yeah,
All
keep
right, see ya.
buying. Why is
Uh,
in the references the first two is aluminum?
I don't know. It says aluminum, steel, and drink. I don't know. That's a good question. Refs, actually. Those are referees.
Referees.
They're just like
They're like,
blowing
"Yep,
their
good,
whistles and shit. That's a
good
foul.
play."
Okay, anyway. What's he has some remarks. I don't give a shit about his remarks. How do you feel about the ruse of aluminum cans now that I've pulled the wool away from your eyes because you had the wool pulled over your eyes
It
by
was over my
marketing?
eyes. It was over my eyes. Yeah, I think it's silly. I don't know why uh we would use cans with that plastic coating in there if we're just fucking doing the same shit that we were doing before. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, kind of
Um,
wild, right?
I will say though, is that like plastic coating necessary if you have something not acidic in there? Like if I'm putting just water in there.
Here's what I'll say to that: the can producer who produces cans for Coca-Cola, who also happens to have a deal with Liquid Death.
Yeah.
What are the chances that that can producer is like, you know what? This tiny ass little company, Liquid Death, really wants to buy some aluminum cans from us. And they said they don't want BPA in them. They want some other kind of alternative. So either we go ahead and do that and we charge the fuck out of them and we basically make it unsustainable for them to do that, not on purpose,
Or
but because that's like hard.
that's
That's
how
a
much it
large
costs. Yeah.
undertaking for us, you know? Or we can just give them the same thing that has the BPA. It's like, well, we can pitch it to them as, oh, it's protected from anything that's acidic, et cetera, et cetera. It's industry leading, blah, blah, blah. And then the people at Liquid Death are like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, cool, awesome, sweet. Thank you. And they put their fucking water in there and then it leaches in there. And then now everyone has increased risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease and prostate gland issues. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems
You know what? You see this right here?
seems
You know what this is?
I was just about to say.
Glass. All right. I got asked recently when I was drinking this. They said, "How much does that cost?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Oh
They're like, "Oh,
yeah.
you don't even know?" I was like, "No, I don't know. Like, what? I don't care. I wanted it and I got it. It clearly wasn't like thousands of dollars. Like, what are we talking about here? It's less than a Starbucks coffee. It's probably half of that of a Starbucks coffee. It's less than an energy drink that you would buy in a fucking
Someone thought it was
plastic.
like $8.
No, bro, this shit's like $2. What?
Yeah,
What?
that's what I'm saying. I
It's
was
spring water. It's from a spring. It's from the goddamn earth.
yeah. I
In
was
a in
in
glass.
rehearsal. I was in rehearsal. And one of the staff was just like, "How much you think that was? $10, right?" And I was like, "What?" It's like, "No,
No way.
definitely not."
No.
And he's like, "Dude, at least 6." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "No, it's water."
It's water. It's just water.
Yeah,
It's not like artisanal water or some shit. Or artisanal, however you say it. It's just from a goddamn spring
yeah,
in the Washita Mountains.
true. Well,
Anyway,
drink your water in glass.
dude, yeah, please.
It's the move. It's
Yep,
usually better water in there too.
I
The ones
agree.
that put it in glass,
Yeah, they care.
they do care. It's just
Starky water, man. That's some good water. I
Starky
would
water.
say of the most like thirst quenching waters I've ever had, I'd say Starky's at the top.
Never had it. Never heard of
You
it
should
actually.
you should get some. Don't buy it. It's like $85 a bottle. Yeah, it's
Oh,
more than steak dinner.
damn. All right.
I'm kidding. It's like $2.
Don't buy it though. It's expensive.
$2
But
for a
yeah, I've seen
liter.
these before.
$2 for a liter, but then people buy their small Starbucks coffee for $5. Like,
Dude, you
this is
know
this is
what
great.
sucks?
Drinking out of the BPA lined Starbucks fucking drink lid. All
You know
right,
what
I'm
sucks
off. I'm gonna stop.
is Bulletproof Coffee doesn't make their cold brews anymore. You know that?
No, bro. Speaking of aluminum cans, um,
What a bummer.
yeah, yeah. So Bulletproof has kind of changed a lot since Dave doesn't have creative freedom anymore.
It's
I
all
They've got a lot
shitty
of their
vitamin gummies
well, they
and
still got a lot of their ride or dies like brain
brain
octane,
octane. Yeah.
collagen. They still got their beans. I don't know what the I don't know if they kept the process of making and doing all the different steps with the beans. I don't know if they kept it the same, but I got some for my espresso machine and they still taste fucking great. They still make
Well,
me feel great.
they've moved into like instant coffee too and K cups and stuff for Keurig.
Yeah.
Um,
Some of that was happening while he was there, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They make a green
I
supplement
think,
now.
yeah, that's not it. That's not it. The amount of, so anyone who wants, I posted an Instagram story recently and I said, this is a fucking trend I hope dies in 2023. And it was, I had a picture of AG1,
Yeah.
those athletic greens. I was
Yeah.
like, I hope this shit dies. A lot of people DM'd me and they were like, whoa, really? Like, what? Why? It's like, I gave them my thesis, but if I told them nothing else other than this, those green supplements have a shockingly large amount of oxalate in there. Okay. And that is one of the components of kidney stones. Calcium oxalate is the main compound found in kidney stones. So, uh, an overdoing of oxalates by eating a bunch of spinach, eating a bunch of kale that isn't steamed or isn't cooked, that doesn't break down the oxalate, or even like broccoli and like cruciferous vegetables, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, stuff like that, has a lot of oxalate in it. Nuts also have a lot of oxalate in them. Anyway, literally can lead to kidney stones. I don't want kidney stones. Do you want kidney stones?
I don't want kidney
I
stones.
don't want an emergency room visit because of a green supplement that I thought had all the nutrition I would need from this many, however many vitamins and minerals that I might need. Okay, guys, there are different forms of vitamins and minerals. Not all of them have the same absorbability. Some of them have an extremely high absorbability, like those found in animal meats and organs and collagen,
Yeah.
dairy, fruit. Some of them have a very low absorbability, like those found in vegetables, even those found in tubers, those found in nuts. And those come along with things that bind to those minerals and all those things that you think you're getting anyway, like phytic acid and shit like that. I don't know, man.
So do you think it would be better to just like,
Not.
well, okay, let me put it this way. If I'm somebody who eats vegetables raw as it is, do you think it's much of a change going between that and AG1? Or is your suggestion that like if you're going to eat greens, it should be greens one? I think for me, it's a lot of like, it's a kind of a price scam. But anyway, I'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah,
Um,
it is a scam.
but
Oh, I got another one in a sec after that. Anyway.
you should eat your greens like cooked slash lightly cooked and steamed.
Yeah, lightly cooked, steamed, or you can saute them in some butter or some coconut oil or some tallow or some
And that's
ghee or
better
something.
than eating like a raw broccoli.
Yeah,
Okay.
factually. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know
As
that.
long
That
as you
makes
don't
sense.
overcook it,
Okay.
overcooking it, then you're gonna get almost none of the good. You're gonna get some fiber. Fiber's arguably good.
Yeah.
Some people say it's not. Some people say it is. It's generally accepted as good for you.
Yeah,
So
and in moderation, it's needed for some shit.
literally,
For some shit, literally, yeah. Um, but
it's
yeah, I
needed
was
for your gut bacteria to
for your
eat
gut.
as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
But I was gonna say, yeah, that it's a from the thing that gets me about it. I don't know much about, what all is in it. I always assumed like, okay, it's probably fine, but like if you just eat like the things like that are like that's why people think it's so expensive to be healthy.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking not. Like there's like broccoli at the store is not expensive.
I
Carrots at the
agree.
store are not expensive. AG1 is expensive. And it's like
AG1's very
that
expensive.
is not the pat like it doesn't have to be that. Let's say it's perfect, the perfect supplement. It's a supplement.
Yes.
It's supposed to supplement you.
I believe that if someone used their funds that they were gonna allocate to AG1 and they just used it to switch from grain fed, you know, factory raised meat to grass fed, grass finished meat, way bigger health improvement. And you're probably gonna enjoy your meals more. And you're probably gonna feel better. And you're probably gonna save money as opposed to mixing up this no fucking shot it tastes good drink. Or if you're supposed to drink it in the morning and it maybe if it does taste good, there probably is in it. There's probably a shitload of sugar in there.
That's
And then
true.
you have a
Yeah.
headache like 2 hours later and you're like, oh, I need some granola to fix this. It's like it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Uh,
The other one that I've seen popping up, it's like all over. I don't know if it's YouTube or Instagram, probably both. Oats overnight. Have you seen fucking I'm
yeah.
like, dude, come on. They're like just for fucking $2.98 a day, you can get oats overnight. And I was like, for $2.98 a day, you can get less healthy than you would if you ate like three 30-cent eggs per day for breakfast, bro. Like, what the fuck is happening, dude?
Well, also eat
How did we get
like
here?
oats overnight is just overnight oats, which is a concept, a thing that you can just make at home too. Like if you want to make overnight oats, it's cheaper than that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like
I'm sure it is.
oats are a big thing of oats is probably that much, and then like you could just add milk to it and put it in the fridge, and then you have overnight oats. It's the same shit. Like,
I agree.
yeah, that shit's a scam too.
Yeah. Flash in the pan.
Yeah. Um.
Have you
Anyway,
ever had a
I'm
flash in the pan? Have you ever done that's just such a random thought I had.
a
You've heard that
flash in the
sit
pan.
that so like if you're like you put oil in a pan and you have like a gas stove and you like tip it over enough to like fucking ignite the oil and then you have
I've
like
never done that.
you've
No.
seen that though?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
that's like a strategy. I don't know what the
It's a
name. I'm not a
cooking strat.
yeah, I'm not a cook or chef. I think it's called flambeing though.
Flambeing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, so I'm inclined to believe you, but
Someone, if you know, let
that
us know in
sounds
the
made up.
comments. It sounds like someone made it up because someone did,
Someone
but
definitely did.
not me. I'm not that someone.
um, but yeah, I was going through Harris Teeter this week, and I couldn't find the bulletproof cold brews anymore. So I was just like,
Yeah, I can't find
damn.
them either. I
But then I
found
went
like
on their
the
website, not there anymore. They're just
yeah,
done making them. Sucks.
I like them.
And they don't make the chocolate dipped uh collagen bars anymore. They have those crisps and they have the original.
I've never had the
Original's good.
crisps.
I
The
haven't had the
original are
crisps
pretty good.
either.
There was something I didn't like about the crisps. I can't remember what it was. I think there was like sunflower oil in there or something. I wasn't trying to
That
have the seed oil.
sounds right.
Wasn't
Yeah.
super excited about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
you got any stories from life recently?
are there any stories that I have from life
This is a good stalling mechanism. I like what you're doing here.
where I just like repeat the
Yeah,
questions
the like
slower?
slow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't if I'm just wondering if there are any stories. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since our last recording. I guess we didn't ask each other how our weeks were. My
All
2 weeks have
right.
been pretty good.
All right.
We had a competition last weekend. That's
Damn,
fun.
we did. Oh my God, dude.
And we have
So
a
that
show this weekend.
we do. So that's my answer is that I don't even know what day it is, bro. That's how my like past 2 weeks have been. I've been so like
Yeah.
on this I'm just gonna call it a project, we'll say. This massive, huge project that I've been having to work on that is so unnecessarily out of scope for what people do in my profession and should be expected to do. Also, I learned zero things from it.
Nice.
Just to be clear, and if you ask me, I'm just done like submitting it to who I needed to submit it to. This big corporation
Like
who's
as of
gonna,
today.
as of like when I texted you to say let's start as early as possible for the podcast. Like I right then I finished it. I was like, I'm moving on, bro. I'm done. I'm not gonna sit and be frustrated about this shit anymore. But I am gonna say, if you ask me today, how do you feel about that thing? I'm not gonna like name it. I'm just gonna keep it
That thing.
anonymous. You know, yeah, that I'm just gonna call it that thing. I would say it's a fucking bullshit money grab scam. And if you ask me 3 months from now, I'd have the exact same response. And if you asked me 3 months ago, I would have the exact same response because this has been like we've been prepping to do this for like such a fucking long time. It's so bad, dude. Anyway, other
It
than
sounds
that,
like it based on
it's
everything you've told
terrible.
me.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. So useless, dude. Anyway, so I've been like super hyper focused on that, and it's been like eating me from the fucking inside out.
Yeah.
Because not because of that by itself, but because I have a life. I do a lot of shit.
You do a lot of shit.
I like to do the shit that I do. That's why I do the shit that I do. But I've had to like pare things down just to focus on this thing. And I've been like way worse at communicating with everyone in my whole life because it's like I almost feel so strongly about it that I want to like let somebody know who's in charge of deciding that this is still a thing that is done, that it's like so useless and
Yeah.
detrimental to people's like actual success in their career and in their life
Yeah.
in teaching. I like honestly truly believe that.
You should.
It's that ridiculous. And I think I'm gonna have to like I don't know, I can't keep my words to myself.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like it's been a chore
yeah, that's a
at
good
best.
yeah, at best it's been a chore. It's just and it's hard to do something that's really difficult whenever you don't give a fuck at all about it.
Yeah.
Whenever it's really fun to do things that are difficult whenever it piques your interest and it's something that you enjoy, something you like. That's fun to do the hard thing. But to do the hard thing that you don't give a single shit about is like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
Anyway,
hear
other
that.
than that, it's been pretty good. I am officially on spring break for the county I teach in.
Oh,
So
sick. Wait,
not
like
going to
this
work
whole week?
tomorrow. Yeah, not going to work tomorrow. This weekend, obviously, don't have work. We have Easter on Sunday, so no rehearsal. And then Monday through Friday next week, I'm off. And
Oh,
then
sick.
Saturday, Sunday, we're in South Carolina, or whatever, Friday, Saturday. We have a South Carolina show.
Yeah.
And then we travel to Dayton, Ohio after that. So I guess I would just say I'm excited.
Yeah. I am also excited. Gonna be awesome.
It
And
is.
then we're gonna have like so much stuff drop from our responsibilities.
That's true. You'll probably see like 6 podcasts a week.
Yeah, probably it's gonna be a huge drop off. We got to get an in-person review on something pretty soon.
Oh, that's good. That's a good point. Also, I'll definitely be posting on my main channel a lot more.
Let's go. Um,
It's one of those things that's been disrespected to do this project by
yeah, I
me.
hear that. Been busy with work on my end too. A lot of like my team's like balancing two projects at the moment, and it's like I don't know how much I've told you about work, but it's like we're in the middle of this big migration from like a desktop application to like a modern web application.
Yeah,
And like my team's responsible for hydrating the data. That's the term they use, data hydration. Like taking the data from the old database and putting it into the new modern database and making sure that the changes are tracked between the two. So if a change happens here, it's updated here, and if a change happens here, it's updated here.
yeah.
So, and it's like just like a networking nightmare. There's so many systems trying to communicate to each other, and there's always errors popping up. So my
You know what you
team's
need? You
what's
need
that?
Palantir.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say HomeBiotic. um, Palantir, what a good company. Um,
Great company.
but yeah, so that's like one side of the coin, and it's been like a huge headache. And then the other side of the coin is some pretty interesting work. It's like a new feature in the modern view to be able to like import like a whole series of payments just from like an Excel sheet. So you can like pull in, you upload the file, and then it pulls all the data into like this big table that you can edit and update, and then it sends the data to validate it and come back, and you can make the changes within it. So you don't have to go back to the Excel sheet. You just do it all in the web view. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so that's been pretty interesting. But then it's just like, all right, now I have this headache work that takes a week. That's a super annoying, and then this interesting work that I'm like learning a lot of stuff from. So um, balancing those two has been a trip.
At least you can leave one to go to the other.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Um. Anyway, so would you rather?
Oh, you've got a would you rather?
Yeah, I heard it this week. I thought it was funny.
Can't
Would you
wait.
rather every time you got your picture taken, um, you're given two birds. You got your middle fingers up every time you get your picture.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or wear eyeliner like for the rest of your life. Just like always have eyeliner on.
Eyeliner is right here.
Yeah. You got like cat eyes. Like every picture, like you're with your family, you're giving the birds.
I think that
You're
one.
lining up in date, really?
Yeah.
You're lining up in Dayton with the whole
I don't.
crew, and everyone's just like smiling, like at the end of their first prelims performance, and you're just on the
Yeah.
side, like giving the bird.
I don't think anyone would be surprised if I started doing that today. I feel
They'd
like
be like,
they'd be
"Oh
like,
yeah, that's Austin's new
yeah.
thing."
I don't
That's
think
probably true.
anyone. I don't
That's
think
probably
anyone would be
true.
disappointed either. They'd be like,
Oh Jesus.
"What about you?"
I would choose the same thing.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, I don't really want to wear eyeliner forever. I don't really want to wear anything forever.
Yeah, me neither.
Definitely not eyeliner. Fuck that.
A beard?
I don't even want to wear a beard forever.
Yeah,
Although my beard's pretty damn long
it's
right now,
pretty dang
boy.
long.
I was
Dude, you were
wearing,
wearing a
yeah,
chain.
yeah.
You were wearing a chain
You
the other
tell.
day. And like at the end of the day, I was like, "Were you always wearing that chain?" You're like, "Yeah." I'm just like, I did not
Yeah,
know
I had a
this
tank top on and I had a chain. Yeah, and then it was like 5 hours after we saw each other for the first time, and we were around each other the
the
whole
whole
time.
time.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Dude, when did you put that chain on?" I was like, "What? Had it this morning? I don't know."
Yeah, I was like, "Dang, that beard is long, covering up
It
the chain."
is very long.
Um,
It's like as long as my hand. No, that's not true.
yes.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
should we wrap this thing up?
we should. It has been your best friends, Austin, and
It's shot.
love you. We love you.
We love you.
Bye.